Messages from Shaltazar, from burden to beauty. We are Shaltazar, the Gavish Baninu, the energy of 33, the Master Teacher, and the energy of 44, the Master Healer. Greetings, dear ones. We come to you today with a teaching that may feel very familiar, for it touches upon the burdens you carry and the way they shape your journey. As you walk through this life, you are not only accompanied by the experiences of the present moment, but also by the echoes of your past. These echoes gather and accumulate, and over time, they can feel as though you are carrying a heavy load that weighs upon your very being. We speak of this load as the metaphorical backpack, an invisible sack slung over your shoulders, filled with not books or supplies, but with the remnants of your hurts, disappointments, traumas, and fears. Each wound, each rejection, each unexpressed sorrow becomes a stone in that pack. You may believe you have left them behind, but still you drag them forward day after day into the promise of tomorrow. And so your past begins to limit your future, until you wonder why joy feels distant, why freedom feels elusive. Dear ones, it is important to remember that this backpack was never meant to be permanent. It is a teacher, not a prison. Each stone inside has been a lesson, an invitation to know yourself more deeply, to grow in compassion, to discover the resilience of your soul. But once the lesson has been received, the stone does not need to remain. You are not defined by what you carry. You are defined by who you truly are beyond it. Yet so many of you cling to these burdens out of habit, fear, or self-punishment. You cling to what is familiar, even if it hurts, rather than trust in the unknown blessings waiting for you. And so the backpack grows heavier, and you tell yourself you are not ready to lay it down. But readiness is not perfection. Readiness is the willingness to begin. We ask you to pause now and reflect. What am I still carrying that no longer serves me? What am I dragging forward that belongs behind me? Why do I choose to punish myself with weights that were meant to be released? When you are ready, dear ones, you can begin to empty the backpack, stone by stone. Do not throw them away in anger, shame, or self-judgment. Instead, lift each one gently in your imagination and acknowledge it. Thank it for the lesson it carried. Offer gratitude for how it shaped you. Then place it upon the ground and allow the earth, the great transmuter, to dissolve it into light and love. This is how burdens become blessings. This is how wounds become wisdom. There are many ways you can make this practice more tangible. You may wish to write down a burden on a slip of paper. Hold it in your hands with gratitude for what it has taught you, and then safely burn it, watching as the smoke carries it back into spirit. You may hold a stone in your palm, speaking aloud the weight it represents, and then release it into a river or bury it in the earth, trusting nature to transform it. Or you may simply close your eyes and see in your inner vision the heavy rocks of pain and trauma being reshaped by the hands of the divine into beautiful sculptures, pieces of art born from your suffering, radiant with meaning and beauty. In this way, you see that nothing is wasted. Even the heaviest burdens can become masterpieces of light and wisdom. We tell you this is not an instant act. It is a sacred process. Some stones you will set down quickly. Others you will revisit again and again until you are ready to truly let them go. This is all right. Each release allows more light to enter. Each surrender brings you closer to the freedom your soul longs for. And one day, you will notice that the backpack feels lighter, almost empty. You will look back and see it lying upon the ground, no longer strapped to you, and you will walk forward free. Do not be ashamed of how much you have carried. Many of you chose lives of intensity, gathering more experiences and hardships in a few decades than others might in an entire lifetime. This does not make you broken. It makes you courageous. You came to learn at an accelerated pace, to deepen your wisdom so you could one day shine as a beacon for others who still stumble beneath their own heavy loads. When you lay down your stones, you create a path for them to follow. Remember this as well. The backpack belongs to the past. It is called a backpack for a reason. Yet you insist on dragging it into the future. Why? Because you have forgotten your power. Because you believe your identity is tied to your suffering. But dear ones, you are not your pain. You are not your trauma. You are not the weight you carry. You are the light within you, eternal and pure, waiting to be revealed as you loosen your grip on what has been. To be ready is not to know every step ahead. To be ready is to say, I am willing. I trust. I choose to lighten my load. Readiness does not guarantee perfection. You will stumble. You may pick up a stone again, even after you thought you had released it. But still, each act of willingness is a step toward liberation. So let today be the beginning. Whisper to yourself, I am ready to release. I am ready to let go. I am ready to transmute my burdens into love. And with each declaration, feel the pack grow lighter. Feel your heart open wider. Feel the joy that has always been within you begin to rise. We bring you this message from a place of love. Our love for you is everlasting and unconditional. We honor your courage, dear ones. We honor your willingness to carry what you have carried, and we honor your readiness to finally set it down. As you do, you will discover that what lies ahead is brighter than you imagined, lighter than you believed possible. For your future is not meant to be shaped by yesterday's heaviness, but by the radiance of today's light.